Hello and welcome back to another episode of the News You Missed, the video game news show that seeks to recap all the important happenings in the video game news that you might have missed, but are important to you. Today we're going to talk about the launch of Diamond and Pearl's remasters. We got some Sony stories, but most of the big hitters are Grand Theft Auto and Activision Blizzard's president and the misconduct there. So if that sounds important to you, let's jump right into it. As usual, I want to begin by thanking all the patrons who support the show. $1 a month keeps the show sponsor free. If you can't support the show financially, you can always just like and share the video. Make sure you subscribe, and I really appreciate you guys out there. So, let's start off with the fact that Diamond and Pearl's remakes have launched. Once again, the naming system has filtered out a lot of bad words, but a lot of people have found a way to get around that system, including myself. Ladies and gentlemen, have fun with the naming system. I want to move on to the fact that you can't catch Arceus and Brilliant Diamond or Shining Pearl, the remakes. You can't get them yet. There's likely going to be an event down the road, so if you see any stories talking about how to catch Arceus in those games, you can't. There was a patch that was added that gave like an intro sequence and added a few other things and corrected some things as a day one patch, and a lot of people are speculating that it removed the way to get to Arceus naturally, as the remake is just based on the original, and in the original Arceus is just above Spear Pillar. You just can't access it. So yeah, there's people who've been performing glitches and been able to get outside of bounds and get access to Pokemon they're not supposed to have, but the company has saw fit to patch that stuff out. So once again, I just want to point out that if you do see stories like that, that's a lie. There is no way to catch Arceus yet. So it seems that companies, or rather very, very grimy people, are capitalizing on NFTs. There are people out there setting up places where they're trying to create NFTs. If you didn't know what NFTs are, it's short for non-fundable token, but basically it's just like if an artist painted a picture and sold it and it became like a billionaire piece. It's widely known and regarded as a money laundering scheme. A lot of people say that it's a money laundering scheme, and people could legit be buying these pieces of art, these digital pieces of art, legitly to invest. But at the end of the day, if you don't own Pokemon and Pokemon Company hasn't given you the express permission to create NFTs out of their work, then maybe you might fall under copyright infringement. These people shouldn't be getting rich off of scams, and other people shouldn't be losing their money by investing in the scam. Kirby and the Forgotten Land has been rated for the Nintendo Switch, so don't forget about that. That's a game that's going to be coming out soon. Pac-Man Museum brings 14 games in the series to the Nintendo Switch, so if you needed more Pac-Man in your life, there you go. Also, we're going to be moving on to PlayStation news. The PlayStation games for the Black Friday sale on Amazon have been released. Nothing incredibly cheaper. There are some games that if you haven't played yet, you might want to get them because they are a little bit cheaper, but most of these games are ranging from the $20 to $40, $50 to $60 area, and it's not just PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5 games are on here, and some of them are still very, very expensive. So keep that in mind when you're holiday shopping. So the great Christmas gaming ripoff, PlayStation 5 shortage forces parents onto resale sites paying upwards to €1,000. Here in my country, a lot of people are paying $700 to $800, so it's like a markup of $200, $300 for a PlayStation 5. Why would I get a PlayStation 5 and keep it if I could make $300 off it? Why would anybody do that? Oh, because I want to play the games. Okay, that's fine, but like I'm just not into that, and a lot of other people aren't into that, and so that leads a lot of people into scalping. And scalpers suck. Scalpers definitely suck. But you know who's even stupider than scalpers? The parents who are going to purchase these consoles, keeping the scalpers in business. So this year, try not to beg your parents to get you a PlayStation 5 to the point where they're going to buy it off a scalper. Moving along, we have the Xbox One Series S to have outsold the Series X in several key markets. That's very important because Microsoft and their vision of the future, it's very important for them to sell certain consoles in certain areas. It's cheaper, so it means that a lot more people have access to it, plus Game Pass means they have access to a massive library. So it's pretty easy to get into the Xbox space if you just buy an Xbox One S as opposed to an X. Game Pass is not burning cash and is a sustainable business for Microsoft, according to Phil Spencer. Obviously, they're doing very, very well. Some people are saying that it is not good. It's not a good business model, but I think Microsoft is doing it quite well, and they're doing it in a way that actually works. Very, very few game services exist that are successful, and we've seen many come and go. So time will only tell if it actually is doing well. The boss of Xbox wants the games industry to embrace legal emulation. This article is a little bit wonky with its wording and how the viewpoint is, but basically they're just talking about being able to emulate older titles instead of having to take a huge company and set it up filled with developers just to create one remaster of a game that already exists. They want to push the idea of being able to emulate the old game that exists and to be able to emulate it well to the point where it's undistinguishable from the original Xbox itself. Star Wars Battlefront 3 plans were reportedly rejected by EA. It has been claimed. Again, claimed, but I don't necessarily know if that's what's going to happen. Battlefront 2 is alive and well, and a lot of people are enjoying it, and it makes EA some pretty good money, so that's likely why we don't have a Battlefront 3 yet, but hey, who knows. Multiverse has been revealed. This is Warner Brothers' version of Smash Bros. So you have characters like Batman and Harley Quinn, and from what I've seen, it's not really my thing. They have like Superman in there versing Tom and Jerry and Bugs Bunny, and like, man, that sure is something to see, but it's quite funny. So there's a picture over on The Funny, over on Twitter, and it just encapsulates perfectly how terrible the Grand Theft Auto Trilogy remaster launch went, where Peppa Pig on PlayStation 4 has been rated much higher than that of the trilogy. That's tough. Rockstar Games has released blog posts in which they apologize for the current state of the trilogy. They're going to update, give more updates for the PC versions, things like that, and yeah, probably make them work. Probably. We're not positive. Maybe it'll be a couple months you'll be able to play the game you bought. But Rockstar is going out and saying that they're going to give the original GTA trilogy for people who are on PC, and they're going to give it to those people for free. That's nice. That's something that they do, but they should just put it back for everybody. They should put it back on consoles. They should put it back on Steam. They should just put it on every platform there is and say, here you go. We screwed up. You can have it. Yooka-Laylee's sequel is in development, so that's good for those who are fans of that. Capcom's Pragmata has been delayed to 2033, so that's not good for people who are looking for that. And now we get into the Activision Blizzard news stories, and oh my god, can we get a bonus round, ladies and gentlemen? Here we go. Activision took years to fire someone who signed emails with 1-800-ALL-COCK. Phil Spencer is reevaluating the relationship of Xbox with Activision Blizzard. Activision Blizzard's board backs Activision Blizzard CEO, but the shareholders are calling for him to resign. A new report alleges Activision's boss, Bobby Kotick, knew about the misconduct in the company and threatened to have his assistant killed. And finally, former Blizzard co-lead Jen O'Neill says Activision Blizzard rejected multiple requests for equal pay with her male counterpart and was only offered an equivalent contract after resigning from the role.
That is one big pile of shit.
So, Activision Blizzard having kind of a bad time with all the sexual misconduct in the company, and a lot more things are coming to light. This is a big deal for such a massive company, and yeah, I don't know what's going to happen to the future of the company, but hopefully they will figure it out and make things right with everyone. That's this week's episode of the News You Missed. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, you can tell me with a like, big thumbs up, like and share this video, let other people know I exist, and let me know what stories were most interesting to you. I ran through it pretty quickly because it's soon going to be Thanksgiving and I'm going to be taking my vacation time. I hope you guys have a great week and a happy Thanksgiving to you if you do celebrate. As always, good gaming, God bless, and thanks for watching.